I hate life.
Celebration by Otis McDonald is playing Sirst use a lot part of.
I hate computers. I hate networks.
I'm ready. Let's go.
I hate video. I hate everything. Everything sucks. The plug fell out while I was pulling the computer stack out. So all the power just disappeared off.
The stream is live. Celebration by Otis
Get
McDonald.
it back going again. Boot it up. Just about to start OBS. And Wayland crashes. Reboot again. Get back in. At long last, it seems to be working at the moment.
Enjoy the jazz.
Video is going there. Oh, I hate these bloody things.
I maybe shouldn't have done that.
But I have got Extron connected up.
He's back from his phone break. Column D.
But I haven't got its output connected to anything yet.
Am I an idiot?
And I'm not sure I can without everything dying again. Because USB is shite. Right, what I want to do now is go onto my Extron, which is not turned on at the moment.
Welcome back. MJ.
Turn on the Extron,
Celebration by Otis McDonald.
let it boot up.
Welcome Hot Rocks Cup.
Have a desktop view, that doesn't take any cameras. Apart from this one here, of course. Come on, Extron, hurry up and boot up. It's a Hot Rocks girl, don't expect a happy chat from me today, Hot Rocks. I'm pissed off. Come on, you're going to connect. Why have you gone to that IP address? Right. What I want to do initially is give myself a test pattern on the Extron, which I should see on this screen up here, if this screen is going to work. Hello? I've unplugged it. That's what that cable was. That can go into that, okay? Come on, wake up, that's better. Am I going to see a test pattern on here? I am. Right, I see a test pattern on here. Now I've got to try and get this test pattern to come up onto the stream. You haven't heard about what's happened to Shelby. He's not having a good time at the moment. He's lost all his videos from 2005. Not the ones actually on YouTube, but all his source material, all the videos that he's working on, they've just all gone. Because he accidentally had them stored on a RAID 0 instead of a RAID 1 or anything like that. And one of the discs died. So he has no videos now. Which kind of sucks. Not a fun time for him at the moment. Right, do I get anything on here? Let's have a look. VGA dongle. Let's try that one.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
Not seeing it. is the worst indeed, MJ, yes. He's not a happy bunny right now. Not a happy bunny at all. Now, why does my camera keep freezing? It's on a pretty much a separate channel to everything else. Let's move it up to there. See if it finds it again. No, it's still stuttery. Ignore the stuttering of the outline, that's just a power saving setting that I'm running. But the actual me inside it was just stuttered again. What's going on with my USB? Yeah, RAID 0 is striped, which means if one drive dies, the entire RAID is gone, which ain't fun. It ain't fun at all. There is some wine, is there? I like wine. Wine's good. Does the wine disappear if I do this? Did the wine vanish? It did not vanish. It was still there then. That was when I muted the microphone input. Ah, hello. Why have we got external audio? Where's that? That's the wine. There goes the wine. I found the wine. I had an extra channel turned on that I don't know what that's connected to. Properties, what's that connected to? Oh, that's connected to, right, yeah, my PCM, whatever, my iOD, which is buried down there somewhere at the moment. So that doesn't even need to be on.
Welcome back, G Paradise. Enjoy the desk network.
Wine vanished faster than a whining client when given an invoice, yes. Right, so we've cured one problem anyway. We've solved one thing. Wow, one thing. Right, so why am I not getting anything on my VGA dongle? Let's drop it down in resolution and frame rate. 640 by 480. Nothing. Okay. Unplug it. That disappeared, so that was the right device, but it's just not showing anything. What's plugged into this? That is the Brio. Right, I don't really want to be in that channel. Let's plug this into... that's plugged into that port, right? So should be any other port should work. No, I'm not going to shove it in a banana. What's that port? I think that's up top. So let's plug it in to... what's that port? That's my desk keyboard and things. I can get that into there. Ah, there we go. Right, it's happy in that port. Oh, right. Progress.
Princess fuzzy, but potatoes are good. Like me, the stream is playing jazz.
Anything you want on RAID 0 should be committed to something like RAID 10, yes, absolutely. Yeah, RAID 0 should only ever be temporary stuff and buffering and caches and things like that. Stuff you don't care if you lose. But it was a mistake with a culmination of other unrelated issues and things that just all grouped together to just destroy it, basically. So, yeah, he ain't a happy bunny. He ain't a happy bunny at all. Right. So if I go back and turn that off. Let's see if this is working. I bet it isn't. Hey Matt. G Paradise, hello. Snow's been falling all day. Oh nice. I love snow. I want snow. Is this going to work or is this dead as well? Actually, it would probably help if I had the right input turned on. There we go. Right. That works. I don't have a mouse plugged in at the moment. There we go. It saddens you that you've never experienced snow. Well, we're going to have to rectify that. You want to get yourself up the top of a mountain in New Zealand. Try shipping some snow over, not sure it'll survive. Yeah. Snow. Cold, wet stuff that gets inside your boots and down the back of your neck. True. Right, so I'll turn this off. Actually, I should have done a before and after, shouldn't I? Let's boot it up again. I'll do a before. Then I'll plug the card in and do an after. And goes in there. Let whoever never accidentally lost a chunk of data cast the first stone bucket for me. Nothing but sympathy. He'll do plenty of self-recrimination without the rest of us piling on. Yep, absolutely. It's not a fun experience losing data. I once lost the entirety of my home directory, along with all the unsaved or unbacked up work that I had been doing on some PCB designs, and all because ZSys, the ZFS system management thing for Linux, just suddenly decided that my user didn't exist today, therefore my user didn't need its home directory, therefore I will just delete it. Which was very nice of it. I have never used ZSys ever since then. LSPCI to before. That is what we have currently. So I shall power off and add the card. In goes to card. Powering up. Little green light is lit up on the card. Your classics. Laplink and clone the wrong drive. Failed disk in array. Changed the disk and the array blew itself up rather than rebuild. Ouch. 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 Nasty. Hey Daft Punkle. We're not working today. Very much not working. Everything is all broken. I am gradually cobbling things back together. But currently I'm just trying to work out why my main USB card that provides most of my video inputs
Enjoy the jazz.
to my streaming computer has decided that my streaming computer just doesn't acknowledge that it exists. So I've got it in my test bench now. And we shall see what we get with it. LSPCI to after. Now. actually, let's do a split view, left, right. Enlarge that a bit. So before, after. That looks like it might be it on 3. Port 3. There is no port 3 before, there is a port 3 afterwards. Right. Yep, that is my card. It exists. Actually, do it over here. Let's get rid of that. LS USB minus T. We have, yep, there it is. A 5 gig. So the card is fine. The card appears to be fine, so why did my computer just suddenly decide, nope, you're not having a USB card today. Doesn't exist. I did take it out, put it back in again, cleaned the port, all the usual things. And it just says, nope, no card for you today. No USB, sorry, goodbye. So I don't know what's going on with that. For those who want Snow see Discord. Snowy. Nice, Snowy. I love snow. Let me just clear those out. There we go. Right. So the card works. Rainy sick guitar riffs too, apparently. Yep. So I don't know why this computer suddenly has decided not to give me USB. Anyway, that is currently working. I have just been working on, before stream, connecting up my Compact Desk Pro. But I need keyboard and mouse in it. Because one of the things I really wanted to achieve with this rejigging was to take the Compaq and the Lenovo off my desk and put them underneath the desk so that I could have a bit more desk space. And have them permanently wired in. Keyboard in. Mouse in, and let's see if I can get this working. It should be connected up to the Extron. Extron VGA 2. RGB mode, please. There we go. And I should be able to get sound temporarily by plugging this into the front of the mixer. Gives me a bit of buzz when I do that. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Hot Rocks. Do we get sound? Sound stripes, not sound checks. I'm not hearing sound.
I do apologise.
I didn't hear sound at all. Why not? This is getting confusing. I've got 3 mice on my desk now. That mouse works.
Who's nicked me fucking batteries?
Who's nicked me fucking sound? Wait, do I not have... I don't have Win... Oh, I do have Winamp on here. There it is. Nope, not hearing anything. This is the right cable I've plugged in, isn't it? I'm not sure I've got the right cable plugged in. Hang on. What's going on here? That can't be the right cable. There's the end of it. So, what cable did I plug in then? I plugged a cable in the back of it earlier. And it obviously wasn't that one. No wonder it's giving me buzz. Right, I'm going to have to get down underneath again now, aren't I? That's always fun. And route this cable through. Yeah, I don't know where that cable's gone, it's just vanished now. Right, let's pull out the Franken-Miga so I can get to behind it. Oh. You can change the music if you like.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
I am under the desk. It's not fun down here. Hello, Swarm. You can't see me, but I can hear you. Oh, drop the cable again.
Welcome back.
Got it that time.
Dead insects. it's Thursday.
Oh. Right, let's see if we get anything now. I hear something. I hope you heard something too. And I've just managed to get half the wall under my nail doing that. That was fun. Did you hear that sound? Or was I just imagining it? I got a little plastered, I did indeed. You didn't? I heard it. Let me just get this up so I can see it. Ah, it's not rooted. It's not rooted in the Focusrite. So what I need instead is, this is what I should be using for it.
Majenko, I think you should check your microphone. It seems to have died.
Does that work now? Yep, I had to reboot the microphone receiver then. Everything's broken. Right, so I shouldn't be able to hear this now. But you should. But I can't hear that because that's now on a separate input into OBS. So advanced audio, monitor and output. I don't hear it.
Shadows blend and hide, whispered secrets tide by tide. In Mod's realm we played a part, spies of mystery.
PTSD from that sound. Right, so why is monitoring not working in OBS? Because OBS is shite.
Welcome, spies of Mud. It's Thursday, and Majenko is rebuilding the disk network. Jazz is playing, and Sir Stuzalot is dealing with stock surprises.
Let's do it. manually in Linux then.
Then stock adventures are more entertaining than the tech news and definitely more unpredictable than Majenko's network rebuild.
So that's the PCM 2900. Where's my M-Audio analog output there? Okay, connect that up. I hear it just very quietly.
Daft Pickle asking Majenko for stock advice is not a good idea.
Were you hearing that then? Because that is... if you're hearing that... if you can hear that, that shouldn't be happening. Because that's going only into OBS external and into my playback on the M-Audio. So the M-Audio might be feeding it through, which it really shouldn't be doing. What's M-Audio doing? That shouldn't be feeding anything through, but you never know with that pile of crap. That's feeding through. If I disconnect that from the playback, you then can't hear it. Okay, there's something weird going on with that M-Audio, but I'm not surprised in the slightest. I'd like to get rid of that thing if I could, but I can't at the moment. Right, so what I really need to do then is route this properly through the Focusrite. I want to feed it through internally, actually. One of the other objectives that I wanted from this complete rejig is the Extron, as well as switching and scaling video, can switch the audio as well. So when I switch from one input to another, the audio from that input sort of follows it. So what I want to do is have the audio output from the Extron go straight into the Focusrite on the other unused channel. Hello, PC. And then reconfigure the Focusrite to feed it through to me here and to you there.
Welcome back.
Actually, hang on.
Enjoy the Desk Network rebuild and the smooth sounds of John Patitich.
Did I have that? Oh, it's all falling apart. That needs to live on there. There should be two cables coming down from the Focusrite. Here. These should go into the Mixmeister. These go into the Focusrite so that I can hear it. And then these go into here. plus external audio. Like that. And we should both be able to hear it. Can turn that down a little on that. That's how I've got it set up. Yeah, that works. I think that's it. You can hear it, yeah. There you go, blast from the past for you. "28 reboots later." So what's the volume level of this like for you at the moment? It's a bit quiet, isn't it? I can bring that up on here.
Winner. It really whips the llama's ass.
But if I turn this up too loud, you get the whistle. Now you get the high-pitched squeal. If I turn that down just to where it's barely flickering.
Winner. It really whips the llama's ass.
And then if I turn it up on here.
Winner. It really whips the llama's ass.
We get a lot of noise. Nice timing, Ben, yes. That almost deafens me.
Winner. It really whips the llama's ass.
Can you hear the background noise? There's like a... well, it's just a noise in the background. Just a general computer sound. Background noise, that'll be the noise in the background, yes. But can you hear it? Is it coming through on the stream? Or is it only me that's hearing it? You hear the slight whiny noise. That's just me, isn't it, though? Yeah. And if I do that, it disappears. And then if I turn it on and off a few times. Did you hear it pulsing on and off then? It's not too noticeable, that's good. I'm finding it very loud, but that I can fix by adjusting the focus right. But I can't do that at the moment because I haven't got the Firewire plugged in. Right, so that I think is working. But this actually wants to be wired into the Extron, not into the Focusrite, and then the Extron goes into the Focusrite. It's nowhere near as loud earlier as the whine earlier. Well, that's because I've turned it down on the input. I can turn the input back up to maximum, which is like that. You should really be able to hear it now. On here it's this input. If I turn it down to where it's not too audible. Hello Carrot House. You could hear it before too, yes. You can hear it plain as day.
Our beloved Pet Canadian.
I mean, I get it full blast in here. I've got no volume control over it at the moment in my ears. The wine you hear is called Majenko, yes. Indeed. I am the wine. Oh dear, it's turn 3. That means the children will reappear shortly demanding snacks. Oh, you poor thing. Time to get their own snacks. I'm more cider. Well, I like a bit of wine too. As an adult, I am demanding shortly snacks, yes. Shortly snacks, good. Get my own snacks with blackjacks. Blackjack and hookers. Right, so we're sort of working here, but what I need to do is route this through the Extron, but the Extron has a problem. Well, not really a problem, an annoyance. In order to route anything through the Extron, I either need to build an adapter, which I don't have the parts for, or I need to butcher the cable. Because the Extron, the audio inputs on it, are plug-in terminal blocks rather than actual standard audio connectors, which is kind of silly if you ask me. So if I want to get one of those, I've got to go around the back of the Extron and pull it out without everything breaking. And I can't get to the back of the Extron at the moment.
Ads are playing.
I've got too many keyboards on my desk at the moment. I thought I'd turned this test bench off. It's still spinning. Switch off, will you? Thank you. If I reach around the back of the Extron, if I can find which one is the Extron without being able to see. Too many cables in this thing. There we go, let's yank that out. That's what they are. These little terminal blocks instead of actual audio. Which is daft. Really daft.
Thanks for enduring those ads. Yeah, most of that whine that you were hearing that time was actually coming direct from the Compaq. There you go. So I would need to cut the end off this, screw it into this, and then that could then go into the Extron. Welcome back, GoGo Gadget 360. Enjoy the crystal towers of the moon. Jazz.Source a lot has foughted the most with 3 fights.
But I need the manual to know what the pin out of this stupid thing is. You the correct wiring to use. Not that one. There we go. Unbalanced audio input. There you go, thanks for the subscription. Not only do we have to connect the wires in,
nice gift, as
we've also got to add these extra jumper wires into it as well,
appreciates it.
Linking the negatives and the center pin, which is fun. So I'm just going to do it. Let's just cut the end off this. Oh, it's Swarm gifting a sub to GoGo. Even better. Thank you for the gifted sub, Swarm. I need to put my other glasses on so I can see the wire. Alright. So these two are simply connected and wound up and connected, and then there are ones to jumper across between them as well. Chloe returns feeling like crap. Go and have a crap then. Could be worse. Could be like me and looking like crap as well as feeling like crap. At least you don't look like crap. Okay. Get the right mouse. So we've got left signal, left ground, chassis ground, right signal, right ground. I need a screwdriver. That one will do nicely. At least they used quality terminal blocks for these, the ones with the proper clamps, not the little bent leaves. Into that. This one goes into here. Actually, what I might do, thinking about it, is I'll take these out here, these two grounds, and spread them. take some of the wires and join them together. If I split that like that, and split that like that, twist these together, that can be the chassis ground. You feel you look like crap too, that's called body dysmorphia. Then I have 3 grounds which are basically all tied together into one. Right, so let's put that one into down a bit more. That one goes into there. Go on into there, please. No, don't spread. Stay twisted, please. Get into that hole there. Thank you. It's called being off your meds for 6 years, your hair falling out, your head and your face growing hair. Well, that's not fun. That's never fun. And that's fallen out. Because it never actually went in the first place. Right, that worked that time. This one can go into the chassis ground. All the way into the chassis ground, please. Thank you. And this one can go into the right ground. Not the wrong ground, the right ground. Come on, stay twisted together, please. I swear this is CCA. It just doesn't want to twist properly. Cheap hammers and cables, they'll be CCA. You wonder how long you can keep the semblance of hair atop your head. You do sense a bald shave in your future. Keeping the beard, of course. You're going to turn into Philip, aren't you? Right, a little cable tie around it just to hold it in place. Judging by my family's genes, it's not something I'm ever going to need to worry about, is losing my hair. But saying that, the way that this system is going at the moment, I might be losing my hair by the end of the stream. Okay, cable made. Now I have to try and get cable around the back end of the system and into the correct port on the Extron. which is not going to be particularly easy. It may not even be long enough, in which case I'll cry. Let me just get the back panel up so I can work out where I'm trying to find. Okay, it's I'm currently connected to port 2, aren't I? Which is the lower one there. Okay, I'm doing this mostly by feel. So we got HDMI out, isn't it? Which is next to where I want to be. So that means it must be behind this cable here. And those holes there. Feel the holes that I want to get it into. I think it's in. Oh, I do believe it's in. Right, let's boot up the Compaq again. Now if we go onto here, we can go into audio.
Oh God, I maybe shouldn't have done that.
Did you follow through? Booting up now.
Nice.
You won't be able to hear this, but we should see some bars moving, especially if I turn on enable meters. Hopefully. Oops, wrong button. Go away. We have meters moving. Right, we have audio input. Excellent.
It seems Chat is having an existential crisis about this today. Ben probably appreciates the distraction from cooking.
Right, now output is elsewhere. Yay for VW marketing to your mum, an 80-year-old. The newest Tiguan is here. She drives a Polo. She could park it in a Tiguan, yes. Output comes from over here. Fixed and variable. I think I've already got output plugged in. But I'm not sure what it goes to yet. That's the Ethernet. No, that's not got anything plugged in yet. Where's that? I created a cable for that, I'm sure. But what have I done with it? I need to stick my head down there and have a look. Let's get my torch on. Come on, where are you, torch? Yeah, there's no cable there. Where did I put that cable then? I created a cable, and I think it's got phono sockets on it. But I don't know where that's gone. It could be anywhere. Literally anywhere.
Ads have started.
Right, let's have a think. Where is this cable likely to be? It's most likely to be on the floor somewhere. Eaten by the floor filing system. Let's have a delve down here. Oh look. Straight away I found it. Good old floor filing system. Right, that goes to phonos. Which can come off there. I can get these two phono adapters from the front. And these can then go straight into the back of the Focusrite. I hope.
Thanks for enduring those ads. It's appreciated.
Let's get my phone torch going again, so I can see what I'm doing. Right, this goes into variable output, so I can change the volume. Okay, then these go somehow into the Focusrite. Those two ports there, I think. Right, that is in. While I'm down here, well not down, over here, let's find my Firewire cable so I can reconfigure the Focusrite. Which is over this way somewhere. There, that's in. Right. Whew. Gah. This is not an easy job. Oh. Be glad you're just listening to the moans and groans and not having to make them. Oh, right. Now, I don't know what this channel is set up for, so let's give it some audio. Mix controls. Output. Variable left to right. Let's turn it up.
Winner.
See what's on
It
here,
really
why not?
whips the llama's ass. Winner. It really whips the llama's ass.
Mix controls. I don't want microphone. Program volume is up on maximum. Is that what I want?
Winner. It really whips the llama's ass.
Now, is that coming through?
Winner. It really whips the llama's ass.
I think that was coming through on the microphone then. Right, so you should be able to hear that. That was loud. So I should be able to turn this down over here.
Winner. It really whips the llama's ass.
And that should be in a more reasonable volume, I hope. Set a better volume that time.
Winner. It really whips the llama's
Too loud,
ass.
is it? It should be reasonably loud, but not too loud. And I can't hear it because it's not configured for me at the moment. And of course my MacBook has no charge whatsoever at the moment. So I haven't used it for months. Better but louder than me. Let me turn it down a little more then. And we'll go play.
Winner. It really whips the llama's ass.
How was that? Was that a reasonable volume? Or is it too quiet now? Too quiet? Too loud? It's softer than me, that's good. Because you should be listening to me, not the llamas. I was waiting for my MacBook to get a bit of charge in it so that I can turn it on. Then I can have some actual control over this audio. Lighting up on the MagSafe now, which it wasn't before. Here's Zion the Lion, spokes cat of an energy drink made by a right-wing Christian anti-porn nutter. Title of the post: to my furry friends, have fun. Okay. Right-wing Christian furry is an interesting confluence, yes. Charge in this. Post was an hour ago, you think you'll have porn of it already. Hey Grok, put it in a bikini. MacBook, wake up, will you? Safe connect properly, will you? Eventually we'll be able to get into the MacBook. I hate that it needs a minimum amount of charge before it'll even turn on. Oh, right, well, waiting for that to charge up. Nope. Get on, damn you. Bored waiting for it to turn on. I bet you are too. Hooray, it's powered up. At last. Boot Monterey. Bong. Booting Monterey slowly. You found an interesting job listing today in the sea of faceless big tech. Planning to go and speak with them? You're honestly intrigued. So am I now. You can't leave it hanging like that. What job is it? Shit shoveler? Is this going to work? We are on 13270. I bet that address is wrong. It is. Come on. One 192, 168, 132, 70. Yeah. Oh, have I got sharing even turned on this?
The industry is saying that's a fun image. The music is We Ride by Reed Mathis.
Where's it hiding these days on this version? Is it under network? No, where's it hiding? Sharing, is that it? Screen sharing. Turn on. There we go. At last. It says no hardware connected. Why is that? Why are you saying no hardware connected? Everything is cursed today. What is going on? I can't get to the extra now because of the charger cable for the MacBook. Not the extra on the Sapphire. Is this unplugged? Is it in the wrong socket? We are connected. Oh, right. The crackle in the right channel just now, yeah. It goes click click when I plug it in. Okay, so playback. I need to turn up this one. No, wrong one.
Really whips the llama's ass.
This one.
Winamp. It really whips the llama's ass.
And streaming.
Winamp. It really whips the llama's ass.
If I turn it off on streaming, turn it on game, mute that.
Winamp.
I hear it.
Really whips the llama's ass.
And you shouldn't. Well, you should have heard that then.
Winamp. It really whips the llama's ass.
That's coming in on external audio now. Save to hardware. Right, that should have worked. A lot of llama ass whooping today, absolutely yes. The volume is fine, excellent.
Ads are starting.
And I should be causing it to duck as well. If I do the Microsoft sound. When I talk, it should duck, and you should hear me over it quite happily. It should be ducking. I hope it's ducking. Did it duck? Or was it just blasting straight out over the top of me? Not ducking. Right. Ducking is subtle at best. There shouldn't be a lot of ducking, but there should be some. No, there isn't. I need to go into main audio, properties. No, not properties. Oops, wrong button. Filters. I want both of those, don't I? So main audio, copy filters, external audio, paste filters. Right, so this should now be ducking. It should now be ducking quite nicely. It looks like it on the screen there. Did that duck? That should have ducked. That should have been nice and clear over the top of it. There we go. We have ducking. Quack, quack. Right, so that's good. But now if I start this playing and then come over to here and switch inputs, it vanishes. Bring it back to that input and there it is again. With a nice fade as well. That's nice, Extron. Nice fade from Extron. I like that. So I think that works. So as we change inputs on the Extron, it should change the audio associated with that input. Now I just need more cables to connect different things up. Like a quality hairdresser, a nice fade, yep. Right. So I need now to connect up my Windows computer, my little Lenovo here, which has the P620 from David Phantom in it, which has micro or mini, whatever it is, DVI, which is awkward. I have two choices for that. Neither of it which will work. I have a micro DVI to HDMI, which will work. It's just not long enough to reach the Extron from where this is going. Alternatively, I have, wherever it's gone, I had it earlier, because I moved it earlier because it was in the way. Where's it gone? Things are forever disappearing in this shithole. Ah, there it is. I have micro DVI to full-size DVI, and somewhere amongst this mound of cables here, I have a DVI to HDMI cable. Which again will work, and it's how I've normally been using it. But I don't think that cable is going to be long enough either. That's DisplayPort to HDMI. Or HDMI to DisplayPort, one or the other. What have I done with that cable now? Too many cables! And not enough ability to keep track of them. Is it down here? Is that it? There it is. Because this cable is about the same length as the HDMI one, maybe a couple of inches longer. So that's not going to really reach either. So I'm not sure what to do for connecting this up. I'm going to need another meter or so on it. So I'm thinking I'm going to need an extension cable on it. A HDMI extension cable, which I don't have. You have tidy toolkits. You predict they will stay tidy for exactly one job. Exactly, yes. That is what they do. They auto mess. Leave them alone for 10 minutes and they will get in a mess, no matter what you do. A tidy toolkit is an unused one. Absolutely, yes. Spot on there. Right. So I don't think I can connect this up today because I'm going to have to get an extension cable, aren't I? Lots of snow in Discord. New cases, moved tools, boxed screws. They haven't been used on site yet. As soon as they are, all your ordering and sorting will be out the window. Because that's how it goes. So next, if I'm not doing the Lenovo, what am I doing? I don't know. My brain has got up and left the building, I think.
Hell day.
Chat's having a foul day, is it? Ah. Nice tidy. For now. Until the first time it gets used. When it'll just be a mess. But it looks like it won't be too hard to put it all back tidy again. You'll end up with lots of offcuts of network cable and stuff like that in there, won't you? 2 boxes of cage nuts in each toolkit. Excellent. Whereas I have to just use wood screws to screw my stuff in. Because I don't have a proper rack. I wish I had a proper rack. I don't really have room for a proper rack. And this one is just the right size that it fits my computer on top of it, just underneath the shelf above. But it does mean that I'm very limited with what I can put in it. You've got the silliest rack downstairs, have you? It's not a full height one, is it? A 1U vertical wall mount. Oh, that's ideal for switches. Stick a switch in it, it's fine. That's what it's for. I could do a 6U, 8U, somewhere around there. I've currently got 4U, and I've got more devices to put in. Calm down, Matt, calm down. It's long enough for the HPE DL380. Oh, it's a deep one. We like a nice deep rack. Although isn't a 1U wall mount rack 2 pieces of wood? It's 2 pieces of wood, hang the server or whatever on, screw it down into the wood. You don't need a rack for that, just 2 bits of wood. You can put a 1U server in, it's on mounting rails. Meaning the server comes up like toast out of a toaster. Nice. Could you, I suppose you could almost floor mount it. Vertically in the floor. So you can pull it up out of the floor. I have a story about moving racks at a customer site where they had a deep rack. Long story short, it resulted in an evening maintenance job where you drove home watching the sunrise. Be glad you got to drive home. With the sun coming up, and you weren't there for days doing it. I had to sleep at the office once doing a maintenance job. It took that long. Bet in the story of Demon's sun racks, the ones that fell through the floor. Yeah. I've heard of Demon's sun racks. Put them on an unreinforced floor. Next day. Oh, where are they gone? Oh, hello. Downstairs. Oh, we've got some new servers. That's nice. Shame they're all broken and dented. Vertically accelerated into the crypt overnight. Oh yeah, it was a church, wasn't it? Yeah. It was a deconsecrated church they were in. Yes, fun times. How's our battery charge looking? Absolutely awful. 14%, whoa. Yeah, you'd expect demons to be in a church. Where they are best, doesn't it? What time is it? Oh, it's almost 9 o'clock. I've got an hour left. I don't think I can really do much more tonight. I want to put this USB card back in my computer and see if it'll suddenly decide to work. And if not, why not? But I can't do that while I'm live on stream, obviously. One admin on ASR got to deal with Demon from the USA because their secretary refused to ring Demon due to their phone number. Yes, it had 666 in it. Hence Demon. ISDN was 667, yes. I used to use ISDN on Demon. Back in the surf time days when you could have your one channel of your ISDN connected permanently free of charge. That was nice that time. 64k leased line effectively. Nailed up. Benjamin returns with a fart. What else needs doing to this then? I need to make more audio cables for other inputs. So I can quickly run those off now actually, can't I? Right. Creep round the back again. Fondle up its back end. Let's see if I can find some more of these little terminal block things. There's 3 of them. Let's see if I can make some more audio cables. Starting with one for the Frankenmeager. How broken is everything on a scale from snafu to I have no tools because I broke my tools with my tools? I have no tools, I broke my tools with my tools. No, it is working. Kind of. I would like my USB to start working again. Client decided to get new racks as part of a server room cleanup and ordered extra depth ones so there was room for a pair of PDUs and cable management on side behind the servers. Shut everything in the original DAC rack down, de-racked it, then tilted the old rack forward and manhandled it out the door. Problem came when we went to do the reverse with a new rack which couldn't be tilted to fit through the door because Pythagoras. Ended up having to remove the drop ceiling outside the server room and removing the carpet tiles from the hallway and eventually just squeaked it through. Yes, Ben, I have audio routing through the Extron now. And it follows the input, the video input that I choose. So now I am just making more audio cables. Client designs LAN rooms, oh dear, and always specs extra height doors for this reason, except their own. Well done, client. Insert Wii Smart emote here. You had a rack you needed to get through the door into a narrow computer room, so you ordered it IKEA style. 42U rack, flat packed. You built it in the small room to the left, moved the equipment from the 26U on the right, moved 26U out of the doorway and pushed the 42 into place. Makes sense? Right, so we join together 2 groups of the shielding into the center. Leaving enough on either side. That should do. To give us 3 strands of shielding. because Extron are weird. It's still there. You had to go to that site a couple of years ago about CCTV. The spare pairs on what fibre? How do you know that? Who do you think pulled it? Inside knowledge. Always useful. Steam is a steaming pile sometimes, yep. I thought you didn't play games, Ben. Right, screwdriver. Make sure these are unscrewed. Yeah, they're all unscrewed. Right, so it's white one first, isn't it? Equipment rooms are basically just soccer band clones. Yep, that they are.
Ads are starting.
Then we have the shield that goes with the white one. Then we have the combined central one. Then we have the red one. Built as the new warehouse bought pre-terminated fibre, made a hole 30 centimetres in diameter in the computer room and pulled the fibre. You got Matrix to pull armoured fibre after I saw this original link, going over the flat roof and rubbing on the edge as it went over the edge, down the wall. Oh dear. You know someone screwed up when you used their fibre as your pull rope. Yeah.
Sorry you had to endure those ads.
30mm, yeah. I thought 30 centimetre was a bit on the large side. Right, little cable tie just to finish this one off. You needed 12mm, they cut 30. Right, audio cable done. Just wanted to make sure you could log in because you won a key for a game in the stream you were watching because I was late today. I wasn't late. Well, 2 minutes maybe. The advantage of terminating it on site, yes. Right, so that cable is done. This is going to be I need a connection for the Frankenmeager, but I don't want the Frankenmeager to be dedicated to this connection really, because I want to be moving this connection around for different things. I know I'm normally 5 to 10 minutes early, but everything was going horribly wrong. I was trying to get my stream system to actually vaguely work, and then it wouldn't. And then it all crashed and went horribly wrong, and yeah, it was just shit. I was this close to saying, stuff it, I'm not streaming today. I need... Actually, I should be able to use... I just want to try and experiment. Let me just shut down my Windows 98 computer. And ooh, crackles. Let's switch to that one. Are we on? All this. Yes. We are now on my test bench. To look at HDMI audio through the Extron. And where's the mouse I need? That's the mouse, isn't it? Okay, what do we set to here? GP107GL. Ooh. We have donks. HDMI audio. I don't even need an audio cable with this input. That's nice. We just get straight connection with it. Result. I like this Extron. This Extron is nice. Next week, I hate this Extron. No, I like everything about this Extron so far. It just does everything that I ask it to. No questions asked. Not like USB. Yeah. Sounds. You're somewhat tempted to upgrade your 4x4 crossbar switcher to a fancier Scalar Extron, but just know what will happen is that you end up running both. Scalar Extron might be capable of replacing the RGB to HDMI and being less fiddly, but not sure. I use it instead of my RGB to HDMI for most things now, because it just works. The 1606. There's also the 1608 or something, isn't there? For 8 channels. But it just works. 2 channels of VGA input or RGB input, and 4 channels of HDMI. RJs are horrible connectors even compared to USB-A. They certainly are. I spent most of the day crimping up custom length patch cables. Yeah, you got two VGA inputs which are capable of going all the way down to PAL, NTSC, interlace mode, everything basically, and every sync combination you could possibly get. 4 HDMI inputs. It's only 1080p, I think. And you get 2 synchronized HDMI connections going out. One goes to my capture, the other goes straight to this monitor here, so I can see live everything that's you see, which is ideal for when I'm playing games on it, because I can see the game live there. There's pretty much 0 delay, and maybe 1 frame delay, 2 frames at most delay to it, so it's nice and responsive. It's good and clear and crisp. You can do all sorts of funky things with it if you really want to, such as image setting, no, size and position. I can go woo, woo, woo. There's a bit of lag in doing that, but that's probably the web interface fault. Autofill, there we go. On the analog inputs, you have where are we? I want desktop. On the analog inputs, you have color and tint and things, but on the digital, you even got brightness and contrast on the digital inputs, so you can tweak all sorts of things. Quite good for playing games that are too dark to really see what you're doing. You can turn up the brightness. And of course the detail, which is never ever to be touched, because it does horrible things to it. Vaseline filter. Crusty horribleness. Just leave it in the middle. And honestly, it's a gorgeous piece of kit. You get RGB, YUV, RGB with composite video for sync, S-video and pure composite. It's lovely, I love it. And the great thing is they're dirt cheap. Someone rang for horrible things. Let's see what they're like at the moment. £25. It's silly not to, really. You can have your RGB to HDMI going in through one of your channels on it. So you've only got one capture card then. If you want to still use the RGB HDMI and things like that. And it's silent, there's no fans. I just love it to bits. They are so cheap. They're so easy to get hold of. And they are amazing. Buy one. IN1606, yes. Buy one. You need it. You need a 1606 in your life. It's completely silent, passively cooled. Which probably means mine's going to overheat in this stack. Because it's got no ventilation. It certainly is a selling point, yes. Buy one. It's only 25 quid. That's what? 10 subscribers? Does Ben need a 1606 in his wallet? It's 25 quid. 25 quid is 25 quid, true. But it's only 10 subscribers. At that price, how can you afford not to have it? I know. There's so many of them around. There's one there. Well, 20 quid plus £6.66 delivery. 666. Got to buy that one. That's 25 quid with free delivery. Controlled over Ethernet or RJ45 or RS232. In fact, this might be who I got mine from, Giga Technology. Rings a bell. I think I did. There's 7 left. Go on, get in there and buy them. You can't afford not to. You need to make up 6.6 litres of squash. Gonna bathe in it. You resubbed to Ben for 3 months just now. Well done. That'll help him. Pavlov? I don't know him, but the name rings a bell. Haha. I'm hungry now. I've just realised you couldn't see any of that, could you? I do apologise. I'm an idiot. There, that's what I was... You can see what I'm looking at now. 25 quid.
Am I an idiot? Oh, I'm an idiot.
I certainly am an idiot. I was saying £6.66 delivery, 666. Looks out a bit more expensive. But 25 quid, you can't afford not to. And I believe this Giga Technology is where I got mine from. Seven left. Go on. Buy one. Buy one. Buy one, Ben. You need one. There's an untested one for 16 quid and change. It might be tempting, but for 20 quid for a working one, maybe not. It's just... Why would you need one? Well, you wouldn't, Hot Rocks. You're still running on 425, aren't you?
It seems Ben's wallet is currently being targeted by various tempting electronics.
You're still watching a black and white
Need to taunt him about.
425 line tally, aren't you? It's content, Chloe, yes. We don't do these things because they're easy. We do these things because they generate content. The RS232 is on a weirdo connector, but that doesn't really matter because you've got Ethernet. You never use the RS232 on it. And it's not exactly a weirdo connector, it's just a small plug-in terminal block. They're pretty standard I've got some in my box here. I can give you one if you want. In fact, I've got one on this cable here that's for RS-232 going to my terminal server. So it's a simple 3-wire terminal block. Two's all you need, one to capture, one to view. That's what, you don't need any more than that. You only want more than that if you're outputting to multiple screens in conference rooms or hotels or airports or whatever, things like that. It's these sort of things. You don't need more than 2. Beats the connector that looks like a tiny DE9, yeah. It's the perfect capture or scaler device. It does everything you need, and more. And has a whole mixer in it as well. You don't have a network connection in the kitchen to plug it into. You'd hook it up to the laptop. Well, you want to get yourself a little, what are they called? Those little routers that Chloe showed us the other week. That begins with a C. And stick OpenRoute on it and use it as an Ethernet bridge. Yeah, those are horrible. Evil. Kill it. Kill it with fire. It's an expensive month for everybody this month. MOT service and tax all together. Oof, I've managed to stagger mine. I manipulated mine so that I have my tax goes direct debit, so that's just a bit every month, so rather than a big lump. My MOT is June, but my insurance is November, December. So I've got those nicely 6 months apart, so I don't have it all happening at once.
Ads are starting.
But yes, it's always an expensive time of year, this. But there's always plenty of those IN1601s around, so you probably won't miss out. The 6-month MOT credit during COVID was good for offsetting those, yeah. The tax plus MOT only line up on new cars and a 12th of second-hand cars, yes. Well, yeah, I bought my car in June, July time, and my insurance ran until December, so it just automatically gave me a 6-month overlap, which was nice. But it could really do with a service soon. It's gone over the recommended mileage. But I do such a small amount of mileage, it really doesn't matter that much.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
No MOT there, which isn't really a good thing, no. It's not like some places in America, they don't have any compulsory testing at all. You've got these rust buckets on the road falling apart. Death traps. Your dealership finally managed to get your car to you on January the 30th. You paid a whole month's tax for literally 1 day. Yeah, nice. Really nice of them. Really nice. Florida is famous for those. Yeah, well, in Florida you buy a brand new car, drive it off the forecourt, and instantly it just turns to rust. No matter how many coatings and things you have on it, instantly turns to rust. no annual inspection, and very lax definition of what is considered a legal car. So long as you can fit an alligator in the back of it, it's a legal car. But you have to first fight that alligator to get it into there. I dread to think, Matt. We're struggling to book transporters at the moment due to a driver shortage, was the excuse they went with. After you phoned BMW to ask where the hell your car was a month after it left the port. Arrived at your dealer last week, sir. Oh, really? So why isn't it here? Yeah, salt doesn't work nicely with cars. Just eats it all up. Where my sister is, they've got underfloor heating in the roads to melt all the snow, which is nice. The roads there are white in the winter, which even when there's no snow, yeah, just frost. Or no, salt, sorry, yeah, covered in salt. Well, our salt tends to be brown, rock salt. Yeah. We have brown salt mostly here. Little lumps of it that batters your car and chips your paint off. You brush against the side of the car in the car park, you went with a white mark all down his side. Yep. Sounds lovely. At least you have a reason for having salt. We get the slightest chill and they go out gritting everything. Slightest hint that it might go down to 2 degrees. And they just cover everything in grit. They're paranoid in this country. It's because nobody is nobody's prepared for snow. You don't have winter tyres and snow change or anything like that. And nobody knows how to drive on snow and ice in this country. You don't learn how to drive in snow. As long as you've got your winter tyres on with... Do you have studded winter tyres over there? Or just deep tread? Cover everything in grit, sorry, you misheard. Yeah, grit. Do you have studded tyres over there for the winter? No studs. Alright, they do in Sweden, they all have studded tyres over there, which makes some interesting noises when they're driving down a road with no snow. Yeah, they are in Sweden, Swarm. Mandatory from... Well, I'm not sure what the dates are in Sweden, but it used to be November to March, I think, but it's not as much now because they don't have as much snow. Not enough ice on the roads. Oh, there is in Sweden usually. Usually, but not always. Compound is more important. Yeah, I mean, everyone in Sweden has their winter tyres, and I know they used to be studded. I don't know if they are these days, because I say they don't have as much snow as they used to. When I started going to Sweden, it would be solid snow from, yeah, November through to March, just snow constantly. But now, maybe a couple of weeks they'll have a bit, then it'll go again, then it'll come back again, then it'll go again. And they say there's no global warming. Of course there's bloody global warming. Hey, G-Pen. Someone told you that's a hoax. Yeah. Tell that to the Swedes that haven't got any snow. studded tyres are not allowed in southern Ontario unless you're visiting from out of province or a resident of northern Ontario.
24/7. Enjoy the jazz.
Well, they don't, in Sweden I don't think they use anywhere near as much salt on the roads. And so where my sister is, they've got underfloor heating. The local power station pumps hot water under the roads to melt the snow out to the housing estates to heat their hot water for them. So in the city it's all melted on the roads, but as soon as you get out of the city, it's just they don't salt the roads. They have studded tyres, and it is just compacted snow and ice. Yeah, it depends on what your roads are like where you are. It varies from area to area. Ontario is quite large, and Northern Ontario is cold. Yeah. Having some hill skill also helps, yes. I mean, part of the Swedish driving test is a skid pan test. You actually learn to drive on a skid pan. Whether you have this like car in a frame so it actually lifts the wheels just slightly off the ground, so it's you lose a lot of traction. So you actually have to learn how to skid and things in Sweden. Wish more people had winter tyres on their cars. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, the slightest hint of snow and people crash because they don't know how to handle it and they don't have the right tyres. Rule number 1, don't brake on a corner. There's no point really in winter tyres that much in this country. We don't get anywhere near as much snow and ice as we used to. A week every 6 years you'd use them for, yeah, pretty much. I was going to say something then. Yeah, we're pretty good in this country at gritting. Sometimes over gritting, but you never used to get any even 40 years ago. Well, I still remember the winter of 1982. That was a good winter. But I do remember as a kid, we'd always get snow every winter. There wasn't a lot. In 82 we got a huge amount. You were 2, so not really remembering that. The winter of 81 to 82 in the UK, also called the Big Snow of 82 by the press. Severe cold wave that was formed in early December 81 and lasted until mid to late January in 82. One of the coldest Decembers recorded in the United Kingdom. Just an average winter for you Canadians.
Welcome back, Lewisoft 10. Enjoy the Desk Network rebuild and the jazz.
Hey Lewisoft. I've reached the end of what I'm doing, so we're just sitting here chatting now. Just talking about the weather, really, as we Brits do. I have been rebuilding my desk network and it's all gone horribly wrong, and we've just about managed to recover from it and Bits are working, kind of. Bits aren't working. It's just a horrible mess. So we're just chatting now. It was minus 18 for you today. Nice. Nice. Proper cold weather. Yeah. I miss snow. Hopefully we'll get some next week. Yeah, make your house about minus 10 inside. Yeah, but you live in a Victorian terrace. Have you even got double glazing? Or are you still on single pane sash windows? That's what your garden's normally like, yeah. That's what it's like now. Nice. Love it. UPVC double glazing doors, yeah, fair enough. Have you got cavity walls there to have insulation in? Or is it just solid brick? Did they know about cavity walls up in the northeast back then? Or hadn't that idea reached there? 13 inches of solid brick, oh dear. Well, what you need then is exterior cladding and black mould inside. One of our government's bright ideas, exterior cladding. And give everybody black mould and diseases, respiratory diseases. External cladding doesn't work on any house, Chloe. It just traps the moisture and kills people from black mould. Post-war prefabs, oh, nasty. Yeah. Was it made of asbestos? Black mould seems like a slight problem to have. It's a terrible problem to have. You can't clad where there's cables and most of your wall is cables. Yeah, well, that's your wall for you, yes. It's all those internet connections you've got. You've got far too many internet connections. You got it cheap because no bank would mortgage it. I'm not surprised. You were flabbergasted by the statistic that was quoted the other day about how many people who've had exterior insulation done under the government incentive scheme had problems. I think it was 98%. Does not surprise me in the slightest. Most stupid thing the government could ever do. No, it's not that external cladding itself per se is bad, but anything the government does, they farm it out to the cheapest con men possible who do the terrible job. So. Borrowed from family to essentially remove the outside walls and build new walls, fair enough. And then mortgage the property to repay the family. Good going. That feeling when you have to take the bus because you can't take your totally frozen over car to work at 7 in the morning. Ooh. Fair enough. Gonna chip the ice off. No squirting with a bit of de-icer for you. Get the hammer and chisel at it. A blowtorch. Flamethrower. The Beast from the East for you was one dusting of snow that lasted under a day. Oh, we had it for a couple of weeks here, and it was nice and deep.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
October
It's appreciated.
2008? No. Snow in North London in October? I don't remember that one. 2009 to 10? No. You need to go out, so brushed off the top of the Focus, then let the heated windscreen deal with the front. Fair enough. You remember trying to go down to the Computer Shopper show one year and getting stuck outside Brum because of snow. I had to send a diesel loco out to come and pull us into New Street. Fair enough. Even when the weather is from the east, it tends to go over you and dump on the walls. Yeah. Well, you've got that big heat sink of the North Sea, haven't you? Snow on the platforms was up to your knees. Oof. When was that then? $1990, good year 1990 was. I remember 1990. Where was I in 1990? Cheltenham. I don't remember a lot of snow that year. Late 80s, maybe 90, yeah. There was December 90 there was a lot, but I don't recall that particularly, but there may have been. Maybe there wasn't down our way. But certainly in Coventry, which is quite close to Brum, there was a lot of snow. December 1990, yes. That would have been that one then, December 90. A particularly cold winter in Western Europe, noted especially for its effect on the UK, and for two significantly heavy falls of snow which occurred in December and February. Snow began to fall over the Midlands, Wales and the Pennines. So yeah, North Midlands, Derby, yeah, Pennines. So yeah, that would have affected your journey into Brum, definitely. I wish we could have another winter like that. I love snow. I miss snow. Send me some snow over from Canada. Fill a shipping container full of snow and send it over. Fill my garden with it. lunch was a bunch of chocolate bars from the newsagents on the platform at New Street before getting onto a train headed back to Warrington. Healthy, very healthy. At least it wasn't a British Rail egg and cress sandwich. At least chocolate had a bit of nutritional value to it. Buffet car on the train had to close because you lost power. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in the slightest.
Seems like everyone's reminiscing about the Bologna disasters. Belgium, it's probably calculating the structural integrity of his snow-covered walls.
Okay. Whatever, bot. Whatever. This is what I say to that. Bot. Ben would be quite excited if you have that much snow. Yep. That was nice. That was very
Jacob is
pleasant.
back. Enjoy the desk network rebuild.
No, shan't. You think you should go and make stew? Yeah, and I should really finish off the stream. Enough sitting here chatting. You went looking for a picture of what the beast from the east did to your back garden, but then got distracted, so didn't bother. To grab one panel from your fence, so that was fun. Yes. Bet you know a turnstile. Oh, how dare it! To the beast from the east, you have the pest from the west. That's me. Let's just go to. Just have a quick look on my photos. ...2008. I'm not sure if I can go back that far, really, can I? No, I've not got any pictures from 2008. Or from 2010. Where it was nice and snowy. But nothing from 2008 from the beast. I don't know why. A friend of yours likes to barbecue in the snow. How do you barbecue in the snow? Can't set fire to snow, can you? You like to hide from the snow. I like to go out and play in the snow, build a snowman. Go away, Flicker. Barbecuing in the snow. Oh, very nice. Nutter. Right, I think it's time for me to go. I've got to pack up all this junk on my desk. Oh, before I do, one more thing I want to check. I got a SCSI card on eBay. I just want to make sure it works. A PCI one, Adaptec AHA, whatever it is, thingy. 2940, whatever. Yeah, AHA 2940 AU. It only cost me about £5. So I'm just going to quickly stick it into my test bench and see what it does. I've forgotten all about that until just now. See if it works. It's untested. Ooh, looks like it does. I need a hard drive to test it with. Let me just grab a hard drive. I've only got one suitable one up here, I think. That is one from the... Where is it? From the RS6000. What have I done with it? No, it's not from the RS6000. Actually, no. I've only got one suitable hard drive, and that is in the... Oh, where did I put it? That's in the vac station. It's in the vac station. But I do have my tape drive here. I'm going to need a SCSI cable, aren't I? That's the point. There's one. Oh, look, that camera's frozen again. Frozen. I wish I knew why it did that. What am I doing? I don't know. I want to be there, I suppose, don't I? Or is it there? There, I think. I will need a terminator. I've got a terminator here somewhere. There it is. One little terminator. One tape drive. And a power connector. Which is so recessed I can't actually physically get the power connector into it because it's got those lumps on it. Where's my adapter cable? There it is. Okay, and this plugs into, yeah, hopefully. Right, powering up. Hey, there we go. Device connected, but not ready. Right, that works. Not a bad buy, that. Untested, but works. That's going to make life easier for working with SCSI drives up here, because I can use them in my test bench. Right. Okay, I'm happy with that. That works. It's AHA 2940. I dizzy-acked him, as it's now known. I offered him almost nothing for it and he said yes. So, right, I'm done then. I am done for the night. I've still got another 3 hours work to do so I can actually get in my bed. But hey, that's life. Okay, where's my...
Oh gosh, I maybe shouldn't have done that.
Where is the bot anyway? There's the bot. Found it. Right. Here comes my outro. So thank you very much for joining me today. Hot Rocks has several Scuzzy cards. Yes, well I don't. I have one now. And this is just purely for the convenience of having it in my test bench. Thank you for joining me today. Bit frustrating today, getting stuff working, but it's mostly working. I've just got to sort out this bloody USB in my server now, my workstation. See why it's not working. So it should be working. The card works. It just somebody decided no, not working. No, well, I had a gum. Scuzzy cards built into sound cards, yes. So it's, yeah, tomorrow is Friday, isn't it? So Ben should be with us tomorrow with some more VT220 possibly, I'm assuming, since it's a Friday. Followed by Shelby. Maybe followed by me. Who knows? And then we got the weekend shenanigans as well. See what happens then. If capacitors arrive, yes. If not, emergency backup nonsense. We like emergency backup nonsense. So join Ben tomorrow for some emergency backup nonsense. Followed by Shelby, followed by me.
Crafted to
Shelby
be
sandwich.
Appreciative.
You're welcome, Jeepin. You have a good evening as well.
Everyone. That's going to wrap things up.
Shenanigans, we won't accept that. I call shenanigans.
Made the stream awesome. A massive thank you to NJ, GoGoGadget 360, Lewisoft 10, PC Moggers, our beloved pet Canadian, G Paradise, Princess Fuzzy, But, Jeepin 24/7, Daft Punkle, Spies of Mod, Madden X, Chloe Raccoon, The Industrious Ant, Sirsty's a Lot, A Swarm of Dead Insects, Hot Rocks Girl, and even myself, Majenko Bot. Special shout out to A Swarm of Dead Insects for the generous subscription. GoGoGadget 360, thanks for being a subscriber too. And a round of applause for Sir Stews a Lot, the undisputed champion of farts with a whopping 7. Thanks to Stream Elements for keeping things running smoothly. Appreciate all the chat, the laughs, and the general good vibes. See you all next time.
Absolutely, thank you for the general laughs and good vibes. It's nice to just sit here and just chat nonsense for a while. Right, I'll be back hopefully tomorrow evening. We'll see what happens. See what we can come up with to do. Hopefully I'll be able to get this USB working again. I don't know why it's decided not to. Maybe I should pull my whole computer down onto the desk and strip it. Give it a good overhaul. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, have a good day. That's an order. And I will be expecting a report.
Oh, banana!
That you certainly are, Chloe. That you certainly are. There's nobody quite like you.
Ads are playing.
Can anyone remember when we used to be explorers?